literature materials, different people have different tastes and preference. In some cases, movies and books perform the same function, particularly in cases where both the book and the movie are based on similar stories, thus have related content. Some people argue that watching is better than reading, but such an argument is subject to debate. This paper holds the view that one gains more by reading content than watching. Movies are a good source of entertainment and information. One can watch a documentary within 2 or 3 hours. This is one of the key reasons why most people prefer to watch movies to reading a book. Instead of taking a couple of hours of days reading a novel, they want to watch for 2 hours and get over it. However, that is as far as movies go. Books have proved time and again that they are more valuable than any other literary technological advancement tool that man comes up with. From the early book to modern book used in libraries, books are a primary source of knowledge. They are more engaging than movies, and a reader can delve deeper, thus understanding content more than you would for a movie.
Most of the time, books are better than movies. Books allow you to be more creative and imagine the characters, places, scenes, or events happening in the story the way you want to. They are also more detailed than movies because sometimes movies leave out some important details. It seems hard to believe that a visual medium like movie would not be able to convey some imagery better than a book. But it's true. Some imagery lives more in the realm of a dreamscape. It is surrealistic and blends emotion with visual, so what you see with your eyes may not be what is meant to be conveyed. Everyone can have their own interpretation of things when they read books because there is no right or wrong one. However, in the movies, all the work is done for you, with set choice of actors and other visual details. It is also happening in some movies where they switch up the characters, because in the book they are different and totally the opposite. Not everything or everyone chosen for a movie lines up with what the readers pictured in their mind, which can be a major source of discord of the more loyal book fans. Let us see a perfect example of the book Beloved, which was made into a movie starring Oprah Winfrey and Tandy Newton. Much of the book was a blend magical realism and metaphor, which is very difficult to translate into visual reality of movie. And you have to feel these things, and the only way for you to feel them are by being there, or by being immersed on your own imagination, as suggested by the story. Paulo Coelho said that the book is a film that takes place in the mind of the reader. So with the power of imagination, the books allow you to feel everything, to know everything, and to live everything.
Book have no limit. Why I say that? Because when reading a book, you are free to read at your own pace and enjoy the story in your own time. Some books are only 100 page long, and but another could be up to 1,000 page, and pupils still read both. However, movies are limited to a 2 hour slot when they can capture pupils' attention. Anyway, between 1.5 hours and 2.5 hours seem to be the norm for a film, and if they cannot fit all the elements of the plot into the time, and they never will, then they inevitable end up cutting corners and simplifying characters and plot lines. It's clean to see that I have a lot of opinion when it comes to this particular topic. I love movie just as much as the next person, but when it comes to book to movie adaptation, they really it's not contents for me, because no matter how great the visuals and effects for a movie may be, nothing will ever beat its more detailed, in teammates, imaginative, and character drive books. As such, a film adaptation will never have all the details that a reader desires, and many end up disappointed when entire scene and characters end up cut from the film. The trend of splitting movie adaptation into two halves does nothing to help matter either, which Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows to film still was not enough. Next example with The Hobbit, three film was the excessive, and yet it still did not convey everything from the books.
I agree with the sentence. Books are always better than the movie because wordplay doesn't translate. So much of what makes a book or a story come alive on the page is the use of figurative language and other wordplay. For example, Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, technically a play, is often lost to modern audience because the language just doesn't translate on screen. We can hear the cadence of the dialogue, but we cannot fully appreciate the consistent pattern throughout each line of the play, descriptions, and all. Modern audience also fail to grasp the full meaning of some of the outdated language. So, the irony, sarcasm, and other subtle emotions are lost. Similarly, a book like The Last Temptation of Christ is hard to translate on screen. Much of the beauty of the book is in the richness of its language. Only plot and dialogue are conveyed on screen, not the metaphor, symbolism, alliteration, and other figurative language. When you read, you appreciate the masterful choice of language, not as well as the particulars of the story.
Finally, we have at the end of the video. I will conclude about why book is always better than the movie. We hope you guys found the experience of reading book before watching the movie as fantastic as we think. Being able to imagine everything the writer and then seeing if what you imagine is what the director chose to put in the movie is incredible. Furthermore, reading and watching a story, you can get full experience of it, and you are able to be critic about it. Since you have seen both sides, remember, always remember, never judge a book by its movie. Thank you. Understand? That's all from us. Continue for another video, inshallah. Stay tuned. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.